I'm reading medicine, Silicea from book Soul of Remedy, book written by Dr.Rajan Shankaran. Silicea. Silicea is a psychotic remedy. It is a mineral, belong to the group 4 of the periodic table and lies below the carbon. The mineral quality of organization, order and even a fastidiousness are prominent in Silicea. It also has much to do with the cover up. Example, it sees its survival as depend on the covering up its inner weakness. This makes of its a psychotic remedy. Silicea is a flint, crystal and is one of the main component of glass. This shows its quality of maintaining a specific shape and being inflexible. I can break but not bend. It stands hard and keep its shape at any cost. Silicea people stand defiant, obstinate, and try to remain the fixed image they have created for themselves. The most important feature of Silicea person is his concern. What do other things about me? It is not important that people should think of him as a good or a nice person. Like Palladium, there is a longing for the good opinion of other, but that he is, though of a particular way, in a fixed manner. It is a fixed, definite opinion that he longs for, rather than a good opinion. For example, he does not care much whether or not others say this man is very helpful, sympathetic person. But if he thinks himself to be a great scientist, then he would want that other must also think him one, to be a one like scientist. Whenever there is a possibility of this fixed image being lost, example while appearing on the stage or meeting new people, during an interview or at the time of exams, Silicea develop a tremendous anxiety and apprehension with a severe fear of failure. Silicea may appear like a lycopodium because lycopodium also has a lack of confidence. But in lycopodium, he is capable of doing the action that bothers him. While in Silicea, it is his image that must be protected at all cost. Whereas a lycopodium person's survival depends upon reaching the particular goal. The Silicea person's survival would depend upon fulfilling particular image. So Silicea is afraid of appearing on stage, whereas lycopodium is afraid to speak. Silicea people constantly feel the eyes of others on themselves and are very conscious of the impression they are creating. This makes them very fidgety during the interview and often make the physician adopt the stance of an examiner at a consultation. They give very ready-made answer, even rehearse a lot of reply which are to the point and very formal. They have difficulty in being informal. Silicea comes from the situation where fulfilling image is necessary condition for acceptance. For example, a child is told that he will be accepted and loved if he achieves a specific way. This could be his doing exceedingly well in sports because becoming a good cricketer. So it becomes very important for the child that other people think of him as a good cricketer, even better than he is. This creates the tension and the timidity in the presence of other. I repeat this paragraph. Silicea come from the situation where fulfilling specific image is necessary condition for acceptance. For example, child is told that he will be accepted and loved if he achieve in a specific way. This could be his doing exceedingly well in sports, become a good cricketer. So it become very important for the child that other people think of him as a good cricketer, even better than he is. This creates the tension and the timidity in the presence of others. So a Silicea woman is actually trying to fulfill an image made for her by somebody else. In that sense, she yield to that image, but she also become fixed to it, and so, in her effort to maintain it, she is obstinate. This combination of yielding and obstinacy is found in the Silicea in a particular way. On one hand, there is a desire to be magnetized. Example, she want to be magnetized under the suggestion of somebody else. On the other hand, she is so fixed her opinion that if contradicted, she can become a violent. Contradiction, intolerance of, has restrained from violence. Silicea does not openly revolt but sticks to her opinion. Samuel Butler used to say, convince against her will, but of the same opinion still. She will say yes, finally, so as not to make an issue, but the feeling inside is still, no, this is all wrong. Silicea is dependent. She is not one to revolt, but she knows that if she yields completely and gives up her goal and image, then the one she is dependent on will start disliking her. This is the particular contradiction. One could also imagine the Silicea situation to be that of an uneducated woman whose husband wanted an educated wife. If she is, if she doesn't become a literate, her husband will start disliking her. So she becomes a student of literature, starts studying very hard, and tries to become a perfect, build up her image that way she has. Element from anticipation, so perfectly build her image that way she has this type of the symptoms, and element from anticipation, anxiety examination before, fear of failure, delusion fail she will. She becomes nervous when people come home to visit because her ignorance may be exposed. She yelled to her man. At the same time, if the man says, forget about literature, let's go out, she will become stubborn because if she gives up, he will lose respect for her. The men want her to be yielding, and at the same time, he wants her to have individuality. So he is pushing both message at her, and she responds in this way. She can't yell too much, but at the same time, she can't be too stubborn. This is her situation. Her survival depends on constantly proving to others that she is very good in specific way. This is answer is as a monomania. Another situation of Silicea could be that of the eldest son of the family, the crown prince, the one who has to uphold the family name. The focus of everyone's attention is on him or her. He has to talk, sit, etc. in a particular way in a public. If he goes to discotheque, no one will care for him anymore or respect him. Silicea may be confused with the aurum, but whereas aurum is duty bound, while Silicea is image bound. It is obvious that childhood, the time it is obvious that childhood, the time when these images are not yet established, is the time Silicea enjoy the most. In fact, the most important dreams of Silicea are dream of youth. Silicea often seems to lack emotion. He unable to communicate warmth and affection unless this too is part of his image. I have seen Silicea people who are social worker working in slums, but then this too is part of her image. Silicea person do not require company, do not react well to consolation, so they don't display much gratitude or affection, and therefore can be quite difficult to get along with. Eventually, they become unable to accept affection just as they are unable to give it. They can only accept acknowledgement and praise that they are excellent in their field. But if you say, I like you as you are, they will run away from you. They can't accept themselves the way they are. Silicea people can be late to develop relationship and marry. They may occupy themselves with books, trying add more and more degrees to their name. The work they do is precise and organized, but often lack imagination. Thus, the essential feature of the coped up state of Silicea are fixed idea, obstinate, fixed image, and rigidity. In the uncompensated state, the main symptoms are yielding, irresolute, desire to magnetize, nervous, timid, and self conscious. Calcarea silicata obstinate obstinacy and desire to magnetize sometimes makes it look like a Silicea. But the obstinacy of Calcea silicata is not as strong as that of the Silicea. Silicea has a rigidity along with the consciousness and which is not found in Calcea silicata. Calcea silicata give an excuse for the non-achievement and dependent, whereas Silicea is person who will try to reach high level or high idea, try to reach his high idea. Both Silicea and Ignatia are concerned about the trifle, but these remedies have to live according to certain image, and both have monomania. They think of particular things to the exclusion of everything else. The difference is that the image which Silicea has to live up to has to do with ego, like timidity appearing public and fear of examination is a product of that. Whereas the image which Ignatia has to live up to is to be affectionate and sympathetic. Pulsatilla and Silicea are two complete opposite states. They complement each other. Physical concomitants are the pathology in Silicea also often exhibit the quality of the fixity and obstinacy, chronic suppurative process, keloid, fistula, etc. They tend to develop a problem in single part like glands, sinus, headache, keloid, and other. Silicea has only one problem. It is as if all the effort is concentrated in filling up that one weak spot in themselves. Cold, moist palm and sole, tendency to feel cold and relief from the heat or both or hot both sorry relief from the heat or hot bath are often accompanying the symptoms. Dreams of being pursued by the wild animal are often seen in the Silicea cases. Corrugated nails, perspiration stained yellow. Silicea is often indicated and useful in the asthma. The characteristic symptom is breathlessness aggravated from the draft of air. Rubrics are timidity appearing in monomania, egotism, delusion fail everything will, fear appearing public of, fear examination before, fear failure of, fear falling off, obstinate, mind disposition, fearlessness during. Fatak's Materia Medica says, fixed idea, thinks only of pain, fear them, search them and counts them. Obstinate, stubborn, headstrong children, and fidgety. Kant says, head baldness in young people, appetite vanishing on any attempt to eat, respiration asthmatic, air draft of aggravate. Fatak says, coccyx injury, nail white spotted and fidgety. This is all about Silicea.